What's up, Twitter world? It's the White OJ, the Pale Face Killer Whale, on the final Austin before Austin. Um, yeah, I move in a couple days. Stressed out to the max. As you can see in the background here, shout out to Chris Starman. A great gift. Um, it is a picture of there's 16 individual flyers, I believe, all designed by the great Chris Starman, the multi-talented Chris Starman. Um, and yeah, he had people sign it who were in attendance at the final show last Friday at the Speakeasy in Rock Island. Shout out to everyone who came to that. Really wanted to fill the room, but you know, happy with um, probably half the room, I would say, was filled. Um, but yeah, happy with how that turned out. Shout out to Chris Schlichting, who came in and replaced Alomine, who was unable to make the show. I had to have a killer, and Chris Schlichting has been not only a fixture of the Quad Cities comedy, but he's helped me, you know, he showed me what comedy can be around this area. He's everyone's pretty much who starts in the Quad Cities, they look up to him. So it was really awesome to have him open for me. He said a couple great words. He's just always been really cool to me. So shout out to Chris. Shout out to JD Spats, of course, my boy. He absolutely fucking murdered Ben Woodfield. Great show. Chris Starman, great host. Um, and then you'll see that I had David Collins on this episode. Um, he will be dropping his third episode of the reality show. And I believe he's dedicating a full episode to the show that we had a week ago, the Austin Ingalls and Accomplices show from the Quad City Memes. So yeah, check that out. Yeah, David Collins is the guest. Dan McCullough also will be on there. It was my last mic at Monks in Dubuque. And like I said at the very beginning of all this, I'm just as much as a Dubuque comic as I am a Quad Cities comic, um, because of living there for a year and just, I mean, their scene their scene has molded me just as much as the Quad Cities scene has. Um, I'm gonna do Broken Saddle one more time, even though that mic's very hit or miss, mostly miss. I'm gonna do Jukebox one more time, where I did my first ever set and performed. Out of my first 50 performances, over half of them were probably at the Jukebox. So yeah, the Peoria scene is always, they're usually great. I wouldn't say they've always been opening, because when I first got to the Jukebox, only a few of them were cool to me, a handful, but that's changed. Um, yeah, and Dubuque, more on Dubuque, Gestures Lounge. The Gestures Lounge is opening mid June, late June, formerly known as the Comedy Bar in the Millwork District. I talk about it on this episode with Dan. But yeah, I will be headlining in November. I'll be coming back. I've already talked to the owner. Um, yeah, moving in a couple days. I'm about to start packing some shit. Stressing out. I wouldn't say writer's blocks kicked in, but also, everyone talks about it when you move. You just all you think about is the move and finances. So that's kind of been what my mind's been on the last few days. After that show got over with, Saturday did a lot of good writing, but yeah, that's uh, you just gotta write. Always just be writing and writing. It's the only advice that I think is worthy. The rest you find along the way. This is gonna be a it's gonna be a big move. Um, I set a goal. I believe that I'm hoping in January of next year I'll be, you know, headlining shows in Austin. But hey, after headlining these few shows here, I've realized how great it is to be in the feature spot. But then again, I mean, the Austin doesn't accomplish this show wasn't a great turnout, and the Speakeasy show wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. But it's summertime, so comedy is going to take a hit in the summer. So summer is where you work out your shit. So in the wintertime, when crowds come back, you're sharp. But I'm moving to Austin, so hopefully all the crowds are always great. I talk about it in the video. It's the big three: L.A., New York, and Austin. I'm gonna be an Austin comic. I don't know if I'm having like imposter syndrome after these shows. I think I just need to get down there. Just need to, finally be moving. These last few weeks have just been a fucking mental prison. I think that's what's going on. But I'm sure that's common. So I'm trying to take it all and, be perspective on have a good perspective on it all. I'm gonna miss everybody at home. I've been going home a lot. I kind of, wish I did that more, but I've just been busy with comedy. I can't really beat myself up over it. That's when you get depressed and get negative. You can't do that. I'm sure, my friends wish they would have came to more shows when I moved. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe my family wishes they came and visited me more in the Quad Cities. It's all perspective. It's all water under the bridge. Um, Life goes on, and yeah, um, I'll be an Austin comic once you're seeing this. The next video will be Austin and Austin. It'll probably be a solo video, or I'll interview my roommates and Tyler. I wanted to do Tyler while I was down in Austin last month, but you know, it's just a fucking different. It's a different animal. I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna be hitting multiple mics a night, figuring out how good my headliner set is. Seeing which jokes I need to throw out, seeing which ones are gonna stay. I'm excited. gonna gonna do some packing, do some writing, but please follow David Collins. Shout out to Blind Mike. Um, I'm probably be on his show again soon. Shout out to David Collins. Go watch the reality show that'll be dropping his third episode. Um, Follow him and Dan, and follow all the Dubuque boys, and go check out the Jester's Lounge. And please support local comedy. I know, you know, small local scenes, you're going to hear the same jokes a lot, but it's part of our process. It's part of being a good comic is knowing which jokes work and which don't. So I mean, you'll have it in every scene. You're gonna have people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, but don't don't take it out on the good ones, you know? That's all I'm saying. But yeah, thank you to everyone that's watched and subscribed. Anybody who's given me good feedback on the Austin Before Austin, I appreciate it. It's only been a couple of you, but I do appreciate it. And yeah, Austin and Austin will be soon. It'll be a thing. So send the good vibes into the universe, because if I make it, we're all making it, folks. All right? That's how it is. You give back. Shout out to the Dubuque boys. Shout out to the Quad Cities comedy scene, Peoria. You've all been crucial in this. Some Wisconsin, some Chicago comics. Oh yeah, of course, Cedar Rapids and Iowa City. Shout out to Haley for last week at the Lucky Cat giving me a go away. That was great. But yeah, shout out to all the comics along this journey. I love all of you guys with all my heart, for real. Check out the video.
Out. I asked Karen, the festival organizer, what her opinion was on Israel and Gaza, and I think based on the edits, we could really have her taking either perspective.
I can't wait to hear that.
I'm not sure how we're going to clip it. I think it's going to be down the road tomorrow. I really hope to get some of those done today, but the reality show is taking forever. Oh yeah, and the problem with Bloodlord this year, we didn't get to ask a lot of the audience members things that I was hoping to. I ended up just talking to a lot of the comedians and a lot of people that had no idea the festival was even taking place. I wanted to ask people, do you prefer improv or stand-up comedy? And some of those questions. Are you prepared to see so many female comedians? Mm-hmm. I didn't know. We only ended up talking to 4 or 5 audience members, I think. Yeah, although some of these people were really barking them in. Happening? Well, I was doing the barking.
You were doing
we were bringing people into the show.
You got paid something. Barking.
Well, I think we got paid in them.
Exposure.
Well, I think we run a real risk of the people who were at Floodwater saying, "Hey, I don't like this David Collins guy out here ridiculing the festival."
Right.
And there's we're walking a fine line there. We're trying to promote the festival and report on it. Mm-hmm. But if the festival has any negative things to report on, I'm not going to cover that up, and it runs a risk of irritating the wrong people.
Yeah, I get it.
How about this Karen Sanchez?
How about Karen Sanchez? The perfect start to this, perfect segue. David,
you know this joke?
Let's hear it.
The worst time to have a heart attack is during a game of charades.
That's a good joke. Who is that?
It's Dimitri Martin.
Dimitri Martin. He's a great one-liner.
Right.
He does one-liners.
He's also, there's an older comedian that goes and he says, I'm the only PowerPoint comedian. Dimitri Martin, just because he was writing it down, I don't think you can really set yourself apart. He was doing visual comedy as well.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
He was younger than this guy, too. And he thought of it first, this old guy. It's one of these rock bar comedy specials. You know those?
No, I know Dry Bar.
Right.
Infamously
terrible with names.
Infamously Dry Bar. Oh, is that what you're talking about, Dry Bar?
They have these comedy specials, and they're really hit or miss.
Yeah, they're definitely.
Sure. I bet I could get maybe I could, at the end of the reality show, maybe I could submit the full recording to one of those Dry Bar.
They're clean comedy.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that's why half of them are absolutely terrible. Boy, what a treat. Am I right? Tell them about the great show we just had. Usually we do these before the show, but I'm catching David hot after Mike's.
I missed the show is the real problem here. Yes. We're focused on this reality show. I'm glad to catch the scraps left over here, but it's good to catch Austin before he leaves to Austin. Yep. This is probably going to be an Austin on your way to Austin.
This is the last Austin before Austin, and I found it poetic to have David, who was on the first Austin before Austin, so it just makes sense.
Oh, that's interesting. Right. Can I tell you, I've been enjoying your solo episodes.
Thank you. Wow. I didn't know anybody was watching them from the 50 views that I have.
Yeah, I think 40 to 50 people are watching them.
Right.
I'd encourage more people to watch.
Well, what can you do?
I'd like to think Blind Mike's watching them.
love that. I would love that. Shout out to Blind Mike. Would love to come back on the episode and not shake ice for that.
How embarrassing. Do you think you're going to get to Austin and people are going to, it's the infamous ice shaker?
I would love that. If I'm known for something already, that'd be great, right?
That would be something. You'd be known as Aloe's friends. They all know Aloe down there.
I was excited about Aloe being on my last show, and he had to back out. The Austin Before Austin show, or Austin Going to Austin. You were on Austin Accomplice.
Oh, right. That's actually going to be, I think we want to sum that up and do a full episode of the reality show, because that was the first time I got to do 10, 12 minutes. I was speaking so quickly.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing too. You got to time your jokes out. You got to
I just barreled through this material.
Right. No pause. Well, you had fun though, right?
No, it was a fine time, but in rewatching some of the footage, and that's one thing about recording your sets, you get to catch things that you didn't even realize when you were on stage.
Yep, that's
I really should have taken a few breaths. I should move through some of this material. I'm just zooming through it.
Yep. You'll have that though in shows. You missed Monks tonight. It was a good show. A couple good comics, of course.
Well, I got to catch friend of the show, Zach Vaughn.
Right.
He was on back when he was promoting his podcast. I understand Slice of Life. Maybe he'll continue that in California, though. Zach Vaughn, what is that, episode 6? Whatever the case is. He's a very funny comedian.
He was on David Collins?
Exactly.
Right. I think I did watch that or listen to it.
It was back when things were pretty much just audio.
Things were just audio then. Yeah, you didn't have video at the beginning. Well, I'm moving to Austin. There's a serial killer. You've heard about this serial killer, right?
Yeah, I've heard about the serial killer. I've heard that he actually has a very stereotypical serial killer vibe.
Yes, he's killing only, you want to say it?
Well, flaming homeless people.
Guys who look like they're homosexuals and they're
And not like the
homeless.
ones you see outside an embassy. These are, of the sexual orientation.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's got a type, if you will. And that inspired me to ask you, where would you rather be murdered? We've got 3 capitals of comedy right now. We've got LA, we've got New York, and now Austin, you could say, is a capital of comedy city. So pick those 3. I don't have a fuck, marry, kill. I have a would you rather. So where would you rather get murdered, David?
LA, I think your body is more likely to be discovered. They're often put in a sewer of some sort, or a shallow river, or under a hill, or in some sort of dump.
Damn, he didn't even hesitate to answer that. That was great. Damn. Well, Austin's very spread out too.
Too many people die in New York too. You're gonna forget unless it's politically advantageous to somebody. You never hear anybody dying in New York. LA, I think it makes a good story.
Yeah. Seems like more serial killers. The Hillside, who was the Richard Ramirez?
Yeah, Austin's lucky to have one serial killer.
They are. I'm excited. I really am. I kind of want to meet the guy.
Oh, he'll get a second.
Right. Well, David, please plug away everything. Absolutely everything that you want to plug.
Everybody knows where to find me. I heard friend of the show Hack Ride recently got remonetized on YouTube, so that was news. I think his monetization.
Oh, they took it away?
You'll be getting monetized soon, I'm sure.
I don't know, man.
Do some live content when you get to Austin.
Does that gain
live
followers?
It should. Well, what you need is watch time, I believe, to really get monetized. On our show, we're not really looking to get monetized. We're thinking of more ethical ways to potentially monetize the work, but to call ourselves partners with YouTube sounds like a step in the wrong direction.
Absolutely.
But for many people, I think your type of content, maybe a live, if that's the goal, live content will build up that view time. That's what.
Yeah. That's the goal, is to get monetized, for the clips, because right now they're just free clips. I'm just handing out this shit for free.
Right.
So
yeah, the clips are going to be doing it. You're going to be doing all the stand up.
Yeah.
In Austin.
I am.
No pun intended.
None.
So that'll be great. It'll be good content. Are you going to do any on the street interviews?
A
lot of people. Chris Scopo does it in New York, and I see a lot of people doing it on all sides of the coast. I don't see any of these street interviews coming from Austin.
There's 2 people I follow.
Homeless people.
Right. There's a couple that I follow. Ryer Kammerman? No. Okay. Well, she is. Well, I think she identifies as a she. Yeah, she has been doing street interviews as well. But yeah, David, thank you. I appreciate you for being my first and technically last. Well, Dan's coming in here, but
I can't wait till Austin in Austin.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'll get my feet under me first, and then I'll probably doing some solo episodes, obviously, to start it out. But just get my feet wet.
How exciting. You are our first return guest on David Collins' 30-minute half-hour show.
And you're
Can you imagine in the future we have you on a Zoom call? You're not even in person anymore. And that's not even a negative thing. Most of the time you say, oh, I'd rather have you in person than a Zoom call. But in your case, you're so far away.
David's mind's always thinking, and that's what's beautiful about this mind right here. Please, the David Collins 30-minute half-hour show. The Gmail, you the email too.
You have a wide range of music T-shirts. Often it's Eminem. Today it's Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
Always Pepsi though.
this hat, yeah, always rocking the Pepsi cap. Yeah, I'm your typical white guy. I love band shirts. There's nothing really special about that. I don't think. What do you say?
Well, generally they come from a concert. People don't just say, I like band shirts.
Or
so I get them at
Spencer's.
Target.
Yeah,
Oh, Spencer's.
yeah, 2 for $25 deal. Come on,
Where do you go to Spencer's these days? I thought every mall in America was closed.
not Northwoods in Davenport, David.
That's a great plug.
Yeah.
Northwoods in Davenport, Iowa.
Maybe
You
they
can
could
find
be
all
sponsored the
places.
show.
Do they have a Planet Fitness in there?
No, that's the mall here, right?
I believe so. They've gone that direction
Yeah,
because
Planet
nobody.
Fitness.
So a Planet Fitness just bought out half the mall.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
used to be a Sears,
right.
and it used to be all the stores underneath.
Yep. I used to work out there. What a plug. That's fun. Dan, do you want to come in here next? David, thank you again. I appreciate you for tell these people where they can find you. You said
Thank you. Well, you could find me next to my beer, whereas in the other room.
yeah. Go subscribe to David. Go follow him, please, for the love of Christ.
Boy, isn't Austin funny? You don't have to convince anybody on your channel that you're funny. They already believe you.
Well,
Boy, isn't Austin funny?
thanks, buddy.
Oh, great jokes.
Well, I appreciate that.
Always.
Yes.
I've been
yes.
watching some of your content today. I don't want to reveal your joke. But
Which
I've been
one?
seeing some of your joke. I can't even remember. I just remember you saying, "Thanks, Ben." Because some rooms are tougher.
Right. Yeah. David, I appreciate you. Dan, want to come in here, buddy?
Oh, where is Dan?
Is he not in here?
No. Let's go Rangers.
Go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers.
Hell yeah. This is Dan McCullough. He was on an episode previously. He closed the show tonight, didn't you? Right?
Yeah, I headlined the open mic. Yes.
Yeah.
Very proud to do that.
Yes,
That's
yes.
a big honor.
Dan, before I ask you a few questions to close this bad boy out, my last mic at Monk's for a while. Wow, where it all started. I'm gonna start crying. Anyway,
Bittersweet.
bittersweet. Anyway, Dan, there is a serial killer in Austin. You have heard about that, right?
Well, you're not there yet, though.
Nice. David laughed. Yeah, no, there's a serial killer. They call him the Rainy Street Killer because he's killing people on Rainy Street and dumping their bodies into the Ladybird Lake. And he is targeting homosexuals. So I'm fucked.
Okay, so
No, but for real, he's taking out people that he thinks look gay. And I've gotten that before.
this has to be a troll thing because you just listed 2 references to King of the Hill in that explanation.
For real?
First of all, Rainy Street is where they live on in King of the Hill.
Yeah, that's in Austin. It's like the popular
Rain-
bar street.
Oh, okay, all right, Rainy Street. And then Ladybird is Hank's fucking dog's name, which is also it's also the name of
Mike Judge had to have written that in Austin.
Ladybird was literally the first name of like Ronald Reagan. No, not Nancy Reagan. Fucking one of the first ladies was named Nixon's wife.
That's
was
a fun
named
fact.
Ladybird.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why that's like why it's like that. It's
Okay.
like they're like, oh yeah, Nixon ruled, and so let's name it after his wife,
Well,
who wasn't that good at head, by the way. Nancy Reagan throat goat.
throw this, baby. Thanks for the shout. That's a shout out on there. And a little bit of history. All right, so you didn't know there was a serial killer, so we're gonna have to be careful when you come visit, especially because you're just his type. Me and you are his type.
Gay
Gay,
in
flamboyant,
Austin,
drunk.
drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's. If I'm in Austin, I'm fucked.
Yeah, Todd gave me a great tag tonight. That fucking Shingles Roofie joke. That's
was
fucking.
so
Oh my
funny.
god, I'm so hyped.
I
About that.
can't believe you didn't think of that first.
I know that pisses one of those things that literally pisses me off. I'm like, that's right there. Brilliant.
It's
Anyway,
so funny.
that was brilliant. Dan, plug everything. By the way, what you're on social media.
Dangle Squat. Dangle Squat. That's with 2 T's at the end. If you want to find me on PS5, I play a lot of Baldur's Gate. Haven't been playing as much Rocket League, but I've been wanting to get back into that.
Yeah.
I Oh damn! I know, dude. It's like something weird, like at Dan McCullough 705. Good luck spelling all that, and shit. I'm not gonna do it for them. They
On
can,
what? On what?
on YouTube.
YouTube? Okay.
Yeah, dude. I have to. We talked about this last time. I have to make my own comedy YouTube page. I don't know why I haven't done that. Oh, that's right, because I never post anything. So,
Yeah. It's a pain in
come
the
check
fucking
out my
ass.
minimal content.
Yeah, and I don't know why I didn't say this when David was out here. It'll be up at the beginning of the video, but if you made it this far, Jester's Lounge, the former comedy bar of Dubuque in the
Yes,
Millwork
sir.
District, right? Isn't that what it's
Yep.
called? The Millwork District.
Millward.
Jester's Lounge. Go there. These guys are going to be fixtures there. It's going to be a sick fucking club. Can't fucking wait to perform there. That room is perfect for comedy. Like Todd said in that article, it shouldn't be anything else but a comedy club. So I'm
Yep.
pumped that these guys got this place back.
Yeah.
It's going to be home when I come back. So
It's going to be. It will be a bar as well. So
okay, yeah, it's
if you're not a fan of comedy, come drink.
yeah, just
There's if you think about it, they're going to be a bar more than they are a comedy club.
that's because that's why the lounge.
You know,
Yeah,
who doesn't like alcohol?
exactly.
Yeah.
Plug away on the Coors Light.
Mhm.
They're not a sponsor, but they could be one day.
They should be absolutely. Also, you I think you mentioned even before.
Yeah.
You saw the blue on the mountains.
Yeah, I said, well, from far away they didn't look blue, and then you're like, oh, they're just always blue now.
They
so.
are. Yeah, these fucking liars just painted them on. I hate that. So
America,
They-
look what
they're-
America's turned into.
Mhm. We used to have color changing paper. Now we can't even have
Yep.
color changing.
Paper.
I was gonna go with something racist, but I couldn't think of it.
I would love that
Yeah.
for my last night. Anyway, I'm
Damn
gonna
it,
ask.
dude. Let me.
you-
Oh wait, can we redo this?
Let's restart.
I'm gonna
this whole thing.
think of a joke and then
Yeah.
we'll redo it.
Yeah, we'll restart it.
Promise.
Would you rather be killed in New York, Los Angeles, or Austin? David had a great fucking point like 5 seconds after I asked, so I feel like he's thought about this before.
New York, absolutely, because let's go Rangers, baby.
Oh yeah,
go
let's go Rangers. All right, that's
Fuck yeah,
a fucking great answer.
I would gladly die in New York City if it meant that the Rangers like won the cup that night and I just got way too drunk and like got murdered. Or
Sounds like you need to come to Austin for that to happen.
maybe I should do that,
All
but Austin.
So you will sacrifice your soul for a Rangers title, is what you're saying.
Yes.
You heard it here, folks. On the last Austin before Austin, Dan, I appreciate you, buddy. It's always a pleasure. Always gonna miss you. You always got a spot in Austin.
Hell yeah.
Signing off, Monks, folks. That's it. Cheers. Thanks.